Welcome viewers. In this video we have discussed one poem of Toru Dutt in our previous video. uh, it was the lotus poem. Now in this video uh, we'll discuss the poem Our Casuarina Tree, written by Toru Dutt. First of all, like previous video, I'll read introduction before all of you, so that you can have a proper understanding in which dialect, in which ideas it was decided, it was supposed to be discussed and written and to be conveyed the message by the poet. So first of all, without any delay, I would like to read introduction of the poem. So introduction to the poem is Barka Suranatri refers to the scene of Toru's earliest memories. Means this poem is basically uh, conveys the life of childhood of Toru Dutt. Okay. Now it was at this retired spot that is Toru's mind was molded. This poem about Casuarina tree is a poem from ancient ballads and legends of Hindustan. This is the collection name. You can remember also. Point of view, any exam like PGT, TGT, and NET also. And it is the most famous poem of Toru Dutt. It was written on a tree growing in a Calcutta garden, where she was born. Also in a Calcutta garden, there will be a tree. So there she would play. So those memories are depicted in this poem. The poem concentrates the memory of a tree standing in a garden of a house. Around it are woven and memories of her early childhood and girlhood when she played about it and with her sisters and brothers. Though she is away in now France, often it seems to her that she hears the cry of the tree across the oceans. Now, it's a very important thing that she misses playing under the tree with her friends and sisters and brothers also. Now she's in not in India, she's in France. Still, she misses very much, all related to this tree. Now, this tree's description with its giant branches among which monkeys played, its crimson flowers and its dance creeper makes a charming picture here. Now, it has a charm and beauty of its own, which is almost indescribable. So that is described here by the poetess Toru Dutt. And it's a dense creeper makes a charming picture, and its imageries have an irresistible appeal for us. It expresses her intense love for nature. The poem is intensely human. The language of the poem is simple, so we'll understand also simply very much. A creeper circles around the casuarina tree like a huge serpent, like a huge snake that crushes its victim within its embrace. At night, a bird sitting in the tree sings, and its song seems to have no end. In the morning, a baboon, means monkey, sits on its top and watches the sunrise. Small monkeys, his children, play and jump on the lower branches of the tree. We all know the activity of monkeys. And the poetess loves this tree not for its beauty, but because in childhood she and companions of her childhood who played around the tree are dead. Means all those friends who were playing once upon a time with the poetess Dutt, they are no more. And she sweeps to think of them, and the murmuring sound is the trees lament over their death. And perhaps the tree's voice, Mama, may reach the or the bird. The land of the dead is unknown, but it is well known to those who have religious faith. And the poetess has been to France and uh, Italy, where she heard the soft murmur of the sea waves in moonlight. She soft murmur of the waves remind her of a murmuring sound of Casuarina tree in her home in India. She therefore writes a poem to immortalize the tree. She tries to give the importance of this tree in the in the endless time to this part. Now, She therefore writes a poem to immortalize this tree. Wordsworth wrote a poem on a yew tree in home at Bardol. Those trees live permanently in his poetry. Wordsworth describes the ghosts of fear, hope, time, and death under his yew tree. Thoreau's Dutt's poetry is not as great as Wordsworth, but she hopes that her poem will save the tree from the curse of forgetfulness. Means, if she writes a poem for this for this tree, it will not be forgotten by the people. So tries to immortalize this tree, especially it was related for her and her life and her childhood with her friends also. Now, some critics are also they have remarked very good about this poem. So among the miscellaneous poems published at the end of the ballads, our Casuarina tree has proved its own. Last line, may love defend thee from oblivion's curse. So the poem is ever remembered and often quoted as E.J. Thomas remarked it. It is surely the most remarkable poem ever written in English by a foreigner. It is the most revealing of Taru's verses with its nostalgia for the past of the inner vision of sublime beauty. So many critics are they have remarked this poem very beautifully. Now we are going to read text and we enjoy the summary of the poem also in Hindi and English at the starting. So huge, like a huge python. I'm reading text. If you have book, if you don't have book, you can check it in a Google anywhere text of the poem so that you can understand and enjoy the summary of the poem beautifully. Yes, like a huge python binding round and round the rugged trunk intended deep with scars up to its very summit, near the stars, a creeper climbs in whose embraces bound. No other tree could live but gallantly. The giant bears the scarf, and flowers are hung in crimson clusters, all the boughs among. Wherein all day are gathered bird and we, and off at nights the garden overflows with one sweet song that seems to have no close, sung darkling from our tree while man repose. Paraphrase, the explanation is here in first of all English. A creeper circles round the rough trunk of Casuarina tree. It is like huge serpent that crushes its victims within its embrace. No other tree survives within the embrace of a keeper. The Casuarina tree boldly bears the creeper with its clusters of red flowers as it spins round the tree. Looks like a beautiful scarf. There are clusters of deep red flowers on the keeper. Birds and bees sit on it. At night, a bird sitting in tree sings, and its song seems to have no end. It sings when men take rest or sleep at all. So in Hindi now, जो बेल होती है, जो क्रीपर होती है, कैसुरिना ट्री के ट्रंक के चारों ओर लिपटी हुई है। ये एक बड़े स्नेक की तरह है जो अपने आलिंगन में अपने शिकार को कुचल देता है। कोई भी वृक्ष लता के आलिंगन में नहीं रह पाता है। मीन्स जब कोई भी बेल किसी पेड़ पर लटक जाती है तो वो पेड़ चल नहीं पाता है, ग्रो नहीं कर पाता है, इट डजेंट ग्रो और ये सूख जाता है। तो कैसोरिना ट्री लेकिन ऐसा है जो विद कॉन्फिडेंस विद करेज लता को ये जो बेल है इसको भी धारण की है और इट इज ग्रोइंग नाउ। तो जब लता जब वृक्ष के चारों ओर लिपटती रहती है तो अपने लाल फूलों के समय के साथ दुपट्टे के समान ये लगता है पेड़। लता पर गहरे लाल रंग के फूलों का समूह है। पक्षी और मधुमक्खियाँ उस पर बैठती हैं। रात में वृक्ष पर बैठी हुई एक चिड़िया गाती है और उसका गाना कभी समाप्त नहीं होता है। यह गाती है जब मनुष्य सोते हैं। नाउ द सेकेंड स्ट्रेंजर है When first my casement is wide open thrown, at dawn my eyes delighted on its rest. Sometimes, and most in winter, on its crest, a grey baboon sits statue like alone, watching the sunrise while on lower boughs. His punny of spring leap about the play. And far and near, coquillage hail the day, and their posture pastures bend over sleepy cows. And in the shadow, on the broad tank cast by the hoar tree, so beautiful and vast, the water lilies spring like snow in must. Now, explanation. When the poetess opens the window in the morning, she gets delighted to see the tree. Everybody gets delighted in this world when somebody opens his or her gate and then sees beautiful looks of nature, like there is any tree. It is very delighting feeling that everybody enjoys. So the same is to the poet here. Her eyes rest on it. Sometimes and mostly in the season of winter, a baboon, means monkey, sits alone statue, like on its top and watches the sunrise. Small monkeys play and jump on the lower branches and far and near coquillage. We all enjoy that monkeys play on the branches of the tree. It's very fun, it's very happy scene that we enjoy it happily, right? So cuckoo means birds come, especially cuckoo. Then comes it sings and welcomes the sun. Sleepy cows go to their meadows, and near the tree, the poetess sees the water lilies, and from a distance, the white water lilies in the tank look like heavy mass of snow. Now, Hindi. जो पोइटेस है अपनी सुबह खिड़की खोलती है और वह पेड़ को देख करके आनंदित होती है, उसे बहुत आनंद आता है। उसकी आँखें उस पर टिक जाती हैं और कभी कभी अधिकतर जाड़े के महीने में एक बंदर अकेले अकेले मूर्ति के समान इसकी चोटी पर बैठा रहता है। और कभी कभी तो फिर वहाँ पे सूर्योदय जो होता है, जो सूर्योदय होता है, कभी कभी क्या होता है, बैठे बैठे बंदर उसको देखता भी है। छोटे बंदर छोटी छोटी शाखाओं पर कूदते और खेलते हैं, और पास ही एक कोयल है जो आज के बैठ जाती है पेड़ पर और वो गाती है, सूर्य का स्वागत करती है। और कुछ गायें जो होती हैं वो चरागाहों की ओर चली जाती हैं चरने, और उस वृक्ष के समीप जल कुमुदनी भी दिखती है। दूर से सफ़ेद जल कुमुदनी तालाब में भारी बर्फ के ढेर सा प्रतीत होती है। कुमुदनी जो ऐसा लगता है कि ये बहुत बड़ा कोई बर्फ का ढेर है जो कि तालाब में दिखता है। द लिली फ्लावर इज वाइट हियर। नाउ द स्टेंजा थर्ड, बट नॉट बिकॉज of its magnificence. It dear it is the Casuarina to my soul. Beneath it we have played, though years may roll. Also its companions loved with love intense. For you, sex shall uh, the tree we ever dear. Blend with your images, it shall arise. In memory till the hot tears blind mine eyes. And what is the dirge like murmur that I hear? Like the sea breaking on a single beach. It is the tree's lament and rich speech that apply to the unknown land may reach. Now explanation. Now here in this, the poetess loves the Casuarina tree not for its beauty, but because in childhood she and her companions used to play under its shade. So that thing she misses very much here. Now years may pass, but the tree shall remain dear to her for the sake of her sweet companions, whom she loves dearly, and still she has intense love for them. And now the companions of her childhood and are dead, and she so weeps to think of them. And the tree also shares the sense of grief of loss of her dear ones. The tree reminds her of her dead friends. She will remember her friends, though their memory brings hot tears to her eyes. The wind blows through the tree and produces a murmuring sound. The murmur of the tree sounds like the sad cry of the tree over their death. The murmuring sound appears like the noise of the sea waves striking against the strong shore. This murmuring sound is the mysterious sound of the tree, which perhaps may reach the land of the dead, where the companions of the poetess are enjoying eternal sleep of death. नाउ इन दी, जो पोइटेस है कैसुरिना ट्री को उसकी सुंदरता के कारण नहीं प्यार करती है, बल्कि इस कारण से उसे प्यार करती है कि बचपन में वह है और उसके साथ ही इसकी छाया में उसके नीचे खेलते थे। बस गुजर सकते हैं, लेकिन वृक्ष अपने साथियों के लिए उसे प्रिय रहेगा, जिन्हें वह बहुत प्यार करती थी और अभी भी उसके हृदय में उनके लिए प्यार है। अब उसके बचपन के साथी मर गए हैं, उनको सोच कर वह रोती है। वृक्ष भी प्रियजनों की मृत्यु के दुख सहभागी होते हैं, और वृक्ष उसे उसके प्रियजनों का स्मरण दिलाता है। वह अपने मित्रों की याद करेगी, यद्यपि उनको आँखें उसकी आँखों में गर्म आंसू लाते हैं। हवा पेड़ से होकर बहती है और ध्वनि उत्पन्न करती है। वृक्ष की ध्वनि उनकी मृत्यु पर दुख की भावना व्यक्त करती है। यह ध्वनि सागर के तट से टकराती है लहरों की ध्वनि के समान प्रतीत होती है। यह ध्वनि वृक्ष की ऐसी रहस्यमय ध्वनि है जो मृतकों के बीच में संभवतः पहुंच सकती है, जहां कवित्री के साथ ही मृत्यु की चिर निद्रा का आनंद ले रहे हैं। Now the stranger four. Unknown yet well known to the eye of faith. Oh, I have heard that bell far, far away, and distant lands by many a sheltered way. When he slumbered in his cave with the bought of breath, and the babes gently kissed the classic shore of or France or Italy beneath the moon, when earth lay tranced in a dreamless zone, and every time the music rose before mine inner vision rose a form sublime. Thy form, O tree, as in my happy prime, I saw thee in my own loved native clime. Now English explanation. Such a strange fact is unknown to the man who has common sense, but is well known and familiar to those persons who have faith in them. The poetess herself heard the mournful music of the tree from far off countries. France and Italy in a moon lit night was calm as Jupiter in a trance. Whenever the poetess heard the music, she saw the sublime form of the Casuarina tree as she remembered it when she observed it in her happy childhood appearing before her mind's eye. Now, in the इस तरह के तथ्य जो होते हैं उस व्यक्ति के लिए अज्ञात हैं जिसके पास सामान्य समझ है, लेकिन ये उन लोगों के लिए परिचित और ज्ञात है जिनके पास जिनका उस पर विश्वास होता है। कवित्री ने स्वयं पेड़ को उदास बिलाप दूर देशों फ्रांस और इटली से चांदनी रात में सुना, जब लहरों ने सहज रूप से तटों को चूमा, जब संपूर्ण धरती शांत थी। जब कभी कवित्री ने यह संगीत सुना, उसे कैसुरिना ट्री उदात्त स्वरूप में दिखा, और जैसे ही उसने उसे याद किया, उसने उस पर अपने बचपने में गौर किया जैसे कि वह एक आंख के सामने प्रकट हो। Now Stage 5. Therefore I fain would consecrate a lay unto thy honor, tree beloved of those, who now in blessed sleep for I repose, dearer than life to me, alas, where thy mightst thou be numbered when my days are done with a deathless trees like those in Barrow Dale, under whose awful branches lingered pale, fear trembling hope and death and the skeleton, and time the shadow, and thou weak the verse, and that would thy beauty fan, O fan, hears, may love defend thee from oblivion's curse. Now English explanation. The poetess wishes to write a poem to immortalize Casuarina tree, and she wants to honor it as it was intentionally loved by those who are taking rest in the lap of death now. And to her, they were dearer than her own life, so she longs that this tree should be remembered even after her death. Therefore, she makes it immortal, as Wordsworth made year tree of Barrodale where he lived, immortal, as he wrote on them. Wordsworth describes the ghosts of fear, hope, time, and death under his year trees. She knows that her poetry is not so great as Wordsworth's, but she hopes that her poem will save the tree from the curse of forgetfulness. Now, the world will never forget this tree because this is very dear to the poet. The poetess Toru Dutt. Now, हिंदी कवित्री जो है, जो पोइटेस है, जो कैसुरिना ट्री को अमर करने के लिए कविता लिखना चाहती है, वो उसे सम्मानित करना चाहती है क्योंकि वे जो अब मृत्यु की गोद में सो रहे हैं उससे बहुत अत्यधिक प्रेम करती थी कवित्री। उसके लिए वे उसके जीवन से भी अधिक प्रिय थे, इसलिए उसकी इच्छा है कि उसकी मृत्यु के बाद भी उस वृक्ष को याद किया जाए। इसलिए वह उसे उसी प्रकार अमर कर देना चाहती है जिस प्रकार ने वर्ष ने बैरोडेल के भूवृक्षों का जहाँ वह रहता था उनको अमर कर दिया, क्योंकि उसने उन पर लिखा। वर्षभर वृक्षों के नीचे भय, आशा, समय और मृत्यु के भूतों का वर्णन करते हैं। वह जानती है कि वर्षवत की तरह उसकी कविता महान तो नहीं है, लेकिन वह आशा करती है कि उसकी कविता वृक्ष को भूल जाने के अभिशाप से बचा लेगी। संसार उस वृक्ष को कभी भी नहीं भूलेगा। So viewers, this is all about the poem. I hope you enjoyed the explanation. If you enjoyed, please share those who are in the MA. Also somewhere it is also in the syllabus of CSM University. So thank you and see you in the next poem of the Toru. That's soon.